7 lamps. Okay, 7 lamps. Whew. So this was done in Exodus, as we see. God told Aaron to build the menorah lampstand, and that was 7 slots, 7 spirits, 7 churches. Right? Now, you see 5 times, as I said in the previous video. We have to go back because a lot of people probably won't catch the video before because of the way YouTube is constantly messing the alligator rhythm around and choking out videos and then not letting you know. And so we're going to have to start going back from the last if we do something like this in a series type, because everybody not going to come in on the same upload. Just unfortunate YouTube playing games like that, but that's what they're doing. 7 lamps. So we seen that is the menorah lampstand. Those are the 7 churches of Asia Minor proper. The Laodicean church, which if we call ourselves Christians, which again, that word is like really misused today, because the church today that call themselves Christian are the 501c3, wearing the diaper on their face, rolling up their sleeves for the beast system, prosperity messages, same-sex pastors, same-sex running around in the church, hugging and kissing on each other. That's the filth of today. That's the lukewarm of today. Okay? It's very, I mean, all you got to do is just look at what's going on. So we talk about the 7 lamps, and Jesus told them in Revelation 2 and 3 to get it together. Or, again, I'm going to pull your candle from its spot, blot out your name, throw you in the great tribulation. So 5 times that shows up here. If we go back in, and let's do just lamp. Let's just type in lamp. Okay? And lamp shows up 44 times. Okay? Old Testament. And I'm pretty sure in the New Testament, because it will be talking about the 5 foolish and the 5 wise. Lamp. Now let's go look up. Let's go find out what lamp means. Okay? So we're going to go to Merriam's. Let's see if I can. That's another word. It's a tongue twister. Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Okay. So let's look up lamp. Okay? And this is more anchored towards scripture and eschatology study when you use the Merriam dictionary. Okay, so let's close out that little ad right there and see if we can see, because some of these, man, you know, you find you a good app and then all of a sudden and they just start pumping ads in there. Okay, let's look it up again and let's see if we can get this to move. All right, lamp. Now, so you got synonyms, and then you can use it as an example in a sentence. You have word history, phrase containing, and then you have a lot of different ways that you can look this word up. So let's look up the word lamp. It says any of various devices or producing light or something, or sometimes heat, such as, now let me get rid of this ad keep popping up, and let's see if I can get rid of this one. Hit the X on, nope, it just completely took me out of it. Okay, so you got a vessel with a wick of for burning an inflammable liquid, because in the scripture it says in Exodus it was told to Moses to have Aaron bring the olive oil to keep the flame going. Okay, it says a glass bulb or tube that emanates light produced by electricity, such as incandescent lights, bulb. Okay, we got that. All right, decorative appliance. That's not. Now here's one we really want to look at. Go down here to 2. It says lamp, a celestial body. Okay, a source of intellectual or spiritual illumination. We're talking about lamp. Okay, it could be a celestial body used in parallel So you got different definitions for it. Synonyms is light, candle, flashlight, lighting, headlight. Okay. Now that's lamp. Now let's go look up vessel. In this same app, let's look up vessel, because the vessels are described as the five who were also considered to be oil in their vessel and their lamp. Okay. So vessel says a container such as a cask, bottle, kettle, cup, or bowl for holding something. For holding something. A person into whom some quality such as grace is infused. A child of light. Merriam says that a vessel, as we've seen the five, who are also considered lamps. We're talking about the word lamp. What is that word lamp? Because there are 7 lamps of fire burning at the throne in Revelation 4 and 5 with the Lamb. And that ties back to the verse, pray that ye are worthy to stand before the Lamb and the Father, which happens in 1 Thessalonians 4, 16, 17. All right. So it says here that the definition for vessel, okay, we're talking about lamp, vessel, 5 wise, the wheat, we're breaking things down, a true vessel of the Lord. So the 5 wise, let's go to that real quick as we are doing some studying here. All right, we're going to leave that open. Let's come back. Let's go to Matthew 25, since we already got the lamps pulled up. All right, we want to go to 25. And so Jesus says, let's open this up. Red print, Jesus is speaking. The kingdom of heaven is like unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps. Okay. Now, the entendres, the double entendres, the double meanings, this is where deepness has to come in when studying, or you just can't do surface reading. This is the reason why people don't understand or want to argue with you all the time. Some of y'all may not like me dragging these people, but I'm dragging them because you came here. I didn't go to your channel. I didn't get in your business and start talking crazy. I got every right to call these people out because you brought it over here. Now, lamps. This is the whole point, folks. These are the folks that don't have oil in their lamps that come over here talking like that. And they want you to give them some of your oil. That's what they really trying to say. The 5 that were wise, there were 5 that were foolish. Okay? Verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. Verse 4. What is for? Jesus Christ. I told you that many times. Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus, the Prince of Peace, Yahshua. Look what it says in verse 4. I just set it up and showed you what vessels and lamps mean. But the wise took oil in their vessels. Many times, man, if we're not reading these, slowing down, reading this is another typology of wheat and the tare. But the wise took oil in their vessels. What did we just look up? Vessels. What did we just say it was? Vessel says that you are a child of God with their lamps. Okay? But the 5 dumb, they were not titled as either. These are the tares. But the 5 wise, verse 4, belong to Christ. Because I just showed you in Merriam's dictionary what vessel and lamps mean. Now, while the bridegroom tarried, they all slept. What does it say in Matthew 13? They grew up together. What did he say in Matthew 13? And they asked, who sowed the tares in? What did the master say? While men slept, the enemy. And then Jesus breaks it down at at Matthew 13 and 40. He said, the enemy was the devil. And the tares he sowed in was his folk. Okay? Typology is very important, man, because a lot of parables are same things. And this is what would help people really understand if you just got out of your own way and humbled yourself and submit to what the word is telling you. Lean not on your own understanding. That's why we keep getting all these different folks, these different religions, these different crowds, because it's free will. People are free to believe whatever they want, and they will find a group of people that matches whatever their little fleshly retarded desire is. You will follow that, okay? But the bridegroom tarrieth while they all slept. Same thing now. The bridegroom tarrieth, meaning he's working on building that place that I said I would prepare for you. And when it is done, I'm going to return and receive you. He also said, what am I going to refine on my return? What kind of people are going to be here? It's a mess right now, Jesus. It's a mess. All kind of folk talking all kind of stuff. And verse 6, and at midnight there was a cry. This makes me think, folks, that I keep seeing midnight in the scriptures. Anytime it was coming around to be, not all of them in regards to a snatching, but there's a lot of references to midnight, that there would be an escape, like a thief in the night. Okay, he would come back at midnight. There was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom come, go you out and meet him. Okay, so somebody is at the gate watching. Blow the shofar. Here comes the bridegroom. Okay, behold, the bridegroom coming. Verse 6, go you out and meet him. Now this is at night. All those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, this is verse 8, give us of your oil, for our oil has gone out. Pause. Right there. So when I bring people out of the woodwork and I show you these folks, yeah, I understand different opinion. And y'all, but I'm showing you the folks who don't have any oil. I just don't understand people who only want to do things one way, and you're not preparing yourselves totally. You're not putting on the whole armor. You want to put on half of it. There are people, and this is very important, man, because these 5 that did not have any oil are the same as the tares. And you got people side by side walking along you in life, typing along with you in the same comment boxes, in the same grocery stores. So what do you do then when these people try to drag your spirit? We got people in here dragging spirits with these comments, with these ideologies, recruiting people with their doctrines. They want to snatch, they want to suck your oil, leave you dry. But the wise answered, saying, not so. This is the number of finality. Verse 9. What was it? Lest there not be enough for us and you. But go you rather to them that sell and buy for yourself. What's happening here, folks? We talking about wheat. We talking about lamp. Okay? And we talking about your oil, folks. Your lamps. We talking about the bride. We're talking about separation. This is very important. People must understand this, man. And if you don't really do any deep studying like this, of course you're going to be pulled off and say, oh, ain't no rapture now. Ain't no such thing. Well, because you've been listening to that garbage for the last 5-6 years and nothing manifests. And so if you're not personally taking any onus on your own reading and studying, you're going to fall for that, and you're going to go everywhere and type that stuff in in somebody else's comments, or you're going to be in somebody else's group in offline, and you're going to be, that needs to be handled. Whether you like that or not, it has to be handled. This is the way it gets handled. Matthew 13, verse 30. Let them grow up together until the harvest, and then they'll be separated. The bridegroom cometh. Go you out and meet him. Bundle the tares, gather them and bundle them to be burned. They're not going anywhere. It just says what bundles and binds them together. Their sin, transgression, and iniquity. What bound the five foolish together? They had no oil. They had to go to the world. They were not the wheat. It's the same parable. God said, don't hide your light under a bushel, but folks want to hide it. Don't you know that the kingdom is always being attacked? And you listening to one that's not going to stand by. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but at the same time, people need to know what you're doing is incorrect. You are operating as a mocker and a scoffer, but other folks don't want me to deal with them. But they're causing a distraction. Well, that's a what they're doing is a distraction, period. It needs to be handled with the word. These people come in here and say, well, we don't believe in that. Well, why are you here in the first place? But Jesus said these things are going to happen when you go out and talk to the truth. Talk about the truth. Talk with the truth. People are going to have a problem. But you need to go to the world and get your oil. When they came back, it was too late. And while they went to go buy, the bridegroom came. And they that were ready went with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Where I come from, it's not D-O-O-R. Where I come from, it's D-O-E, dough. When the dough is shut, it's a wrap. Same thing with the wheat and the tares here, folks. Same exact thing. They all slept together. But when it was a time, what happened with the 5 wise and the 5 foolish? There was a harvest happen. There was a separation happen. The 5 foolish were bound and tied together by what? Their lack of oil. Their lack of substance. Their lack of truth. Same thing today, folks. A lot of people are being bundled together. These tares, because they all have the same operation. They have the same modum operandi agenda. All of them. And they're bundled together by that. By their words. There's a separation happening. I said, folks, some of us need to be at the drain. Some will just stay up in the kiddie section and get half of their body wet. That's all. Lamp, lampstand, light, the fire, 7 spirits, 7 churches. Okay? That's what belongs to God. When they asked him, they say, whose inscription is on the money? Caesar. We'll give it back to him. This is what it's about, folks. This menorah lampstand is what it's about. Okay? It's about the church. And folks, I understand y'all may have came up a certain way in your study, and y'all don't want to understand that, which I don't understand is critical. These 7, the one in the middle represents Jesus Christ, seen in Exodus. Instructions given to Moses to Aaron to build this and keep it lit. The lights never go out. Jesus is Thyatira in the middle. He died at 33. 3 churches on the right, 3 churches on the left. That's 33. Christ is in the middle. He died for his bride at the age of 33. That menorah lampstand is coded that way. And all 7 of these are the 7 spirits of Yah, are the 7 churches of Yah that went out and he sent out throughout all the world in Acts at Pentecost. We're going to keep going over this. I got to get back in. But it's video number 2, folks. Let's continue. You got to meditate on this thing, man. Meditate. All of those that say ain't no such thing, you are in dangerous spiritual trouble. Spiritual suicide is what you are in danger of. Because you're saying that what Jesus did at Calvary is a lie. When you say that there is no harvest, you're calling Jesus Christ a lie. He said, I am Lord of the harvest. I'm going to receive the harvest. The book shows that we are with him. We are worthy. We are standing before the Son of Man and before the Father, and we watch him take them books of the seals. Why people don't want to believe the Bible, but I keep doing these videos. Maybe somebody will submit and tap out and say, God, you right. This other jargon I was studying over here was correct. I was about to throw it all away. That's what you're doing. You're throwing it all away. Those of us that would rather be on this side of the boat and believe it, that you call a fairy tale, we got nothing to lose. But you got everything to lose by continually deny the promise of God that he gave his only begotten Son, and those that called on him would not see the wrath to come. This was established in Exodus right here. And if you don't understand that, folks, I don't know what to tell you. You signing your own death warrant. That's all I can tell you, folks. I'm gonna come back with a third video. We're gonna finish this up. Peace.